First thing I kind of thought when I pulled together and knew that I was going to be standing up here is, well, who are you? I'll do a bit of a humble brag to start with, just in terms of what authority do I have to be standing up here talking to you today, either in terms of accounts or in terms of crypto. So my main answer is I'm an accountant, at which point Simon normally shouts lies, and he's keeping quiet this time, but that is my trade. I'm an FCCA, fellow of the Chartered Institute of Certified Accountants, 15 years worth of experience working as an accountant. And you kind of had two types of accountant, really, don't you? You have the ones that you wheel out once a year with your books, and you kind of get them out of their closet, and you pay them your £1,500 £2 grand for your books and records, and it means absolutely nothing. Or you've got your accountants that are into business, which is my setup. Went into accounts because I like business. I have an extensive background in mergers and acquisitions from literally both ends of the scale. So 11 years ago, I was working in oil and gas, and we went through a $1.2 billion acquisition where my team of accountants went from 15 to just over 50 accountants. And at that point, I was also having my first child. And I kind of, Annie it was just as my wife was pregnant, and we're sitting there and I'm thinking, childcare fees are ridiculous. I know, I'll buy a nursery. So we're going through this acquisition with an oil and gas company where my materiality was £2 million. And I'm thinking, well, if it's not out by £2 million, that's all right, that's a rounding error, we won't worry about that. And then in my lunch break, I'll quickly go check on my nursery. I'll be, you spent £20 on petrol. You know, what's going on here? My children aren't going to eat when they're born if we keep this up. And so two very different extremes in terms of how businesses operate, but each equally important at that given moment in time. I'm going to have to stop dancing. And that is the key to understanding business and understanding tax. There's no point looking at the £20 bills within an oil and gas company because it will just fall flat. And there's no point looking at the £2 million bills within my children's nursery because if that had that much in there, I wouldn't have been buying a children's nursery to start with. So in terms of my accounting journey, I have to just double check on my notes. I sit on the board of charities. I've got lots of businesses. I've had shops and set up Azov Solutions, my accountancy practice, to try to fill the void between the accountants that just wheel the numbers out and actually business owners, so that you can say, look, this is what it means. You made 100 grand last year, but you've only got 500 quid in your bank. Well, how can that make sense? Over trading, strategic growth, how the business is operating. A lot of accountants don't focus on that, they focus on the historical reporting. And that's where Azov Solutions came about. In terms of crypto, this is where my wife now goes, what? Am I into crypto? Now, everyone and their dog's into crypto. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, your cab driver, your hairdresser, your accountant. Yeah, I'm into crypto. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I've got some Cardano on Coinbase. All right. Yeah, that's into crypto, which is fine. It's great, and it's amazing that it's getting that level of wide adoption. But in terms of the understanding and the sniff test of someone like Siam standing there and saying, are you into crypto? Me saying I'm just into Cardano isn't going to cut it, let's be honest. That's probably what the other 30 accountants said to you. So I took this, how long have I been into crypto? Not a long while. I took this screenshot of my Facebook page. I'm just going to read it out to you, because what I effectively said was I put on Facebook, because I love declaring exactly what we're doing onto Facebook. A breakthrough today as I managed to install a Binance Smart Chain network on my MetaMask and transfer some Ethereum from my Coinbase to allow me to move BNB into my wallet so that I can buy some Invest. This gave me pro access on an InvestX so I can trade my RPT, which I've done some seed investment in, when the time is right, and there is enough BNB gas to allow me to go through. Best of all, I still have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, and that was October of last year. So I'm completely new in terms of the market to crypto. I've known Siam 6 months. I was in crypto before this, but this was the breakthrough for me in terms of cross-chaining. What the hell is gas? Where the hell's my $500 gone? Because I've moved some USDT, but where's it gone? Oh, it's on the wrong network. When I find that a month later, very pleased. We've all been there, haven't we? But crypto for me is an accountant's dream, because everything is publicly available. White papers, tracing through, understanding the whole journey of where crypto sits is an absolute dream for accountants, and will also be a curse in terms of when the HMRC look to where we are in the future. because everything is publicly available. So me, with my slightly obsessive compulsive setup, as soon as I realised that crypto is something which is genuinely world-changing and generally going to disrupt the whole of the financial services, I'm in. I'm not just buying Cardano on Coinbase anymore. I'm cross-chaining. I'm buying NFTs. My Rumble Kongs are the only things that have done me any good in the last couple of months. I'm buying NFTs, ones that are absolutely garbage as well. Right-click and save the ones that are good. Is that how that works? Habib will be talking about NFTs later on, I believe. I'm doing seed investment, private one investment in new and startup crypto companies. What else am I doing? Sorry, just going to keep going through. Staking, farming. I've made good money on holding. I've made good money on rebasing DAOs. And as probably the rite of passage for a lot of the HLR team members in here, I've also lost quite a bit of money on rebasing DAOs. So I've been through the ringer. I get it. I understand it. I understand the trading side. I don't necessarily always have the emotional attachment that I feel is right for trading. I panic. I have the wrong gut reaction. The accountant in me, the prudent side, wants to put my arms around it and not lose the money. But I've been in crypto. So that's my kind of authority. They're my good parts and also the holes in there in terms of where I've been, in terms of the full life cycle of the current crypto environment.